What's up, Tejas? I'm here today with Angelica Ramos-Chbihi, and she is the owner of Habibi Cakes. So
Yes.
yeah, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and I was like really excited because your sister is one of my really good friends, and I saw her post about your cupcakes
Right.
and them being at Calle Once, which is a restaurant here in Houston.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my God, I have to interview her.
Yeah, well, thank you. I'm super excited that they gave me the opportunity to be at the restaurant.
Yeah.
So it's pretty awesome opportunity.
Yeah, and definitely I want to talk a little bit more about like how that opportunity came about. But first I want to know, like, how did you get started? Like, what led you to start this business?
Okay. Well, I started baking, I want to say a good, I don't know, 14 years ago. So I started baking just on my own. And the first cake I actually ever baked was a choco flan cake. So for those of you who don't know, a choco flan cake is it's a chocolate cake at the bottom and then flan at the top. So my mom used to bake those when I was little. And when I got married and moved out, I was like, well, let me try to see if I can do this. And so I did it. And so it just started as a hobby. You know, it started as a hobby. And then I got into professional baking a few years after that. And so then when I started professional baking, I was doing like structured cakes, like cake purses and things
Yeah.
like that. And then I realized that there was a niche, right, that needed to be filled because I stopped baking after a while. And so then I decided to start baking again because my family has been my support, really. My whole
Yeah.
family has been my support. So they were like, start baking again, you know, your stuff is so good, people need to see your stuff. And so I was like, okay, I can do this, but let me try something different. And so I started doing a Mexican-inspired line of cupcakes and a Moroccan-inspired line of cupcakes. And so that's where I am now. I mean, I just started doing those two lines maybe a year before the pandemic. I started
Okay.
going out to markets and stuff, and then the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
And so then I've been just slowly increasing those lines of
Yeah.
cupcakes at home. So it's been pretty interesting. I've gotten lots of really good, compliments, and people have tons of ideas. Do this type of thing,
Yeah.
do that, and so a lot of ideas have come through other people. So
Oh, that's
pretty-
awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and so did you like go to school to learn to bake, or you were self-taught?
I am self-taught. I've bought a lot of books, and I've read all the books and watched videos and things like that. But if someone wants to, learn to bake and stuff, there's tons of videos. There's tons of books.
Yeah.
I really love all my books. I have all my cake books, and that's where I learned about, just about everything. 'Cause I didn't know. I was there was a period when I first got married that I got laid off.
Yeah.
So I had time to. That was like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
I had time to just be at home and do nothing because we didn't have any kids.
Yeah.
And so yeah, pretty much. I'm self-taught. I didn't go to school for that. I went to school for communications.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so that's what I went to school for, and then went this way because this is what my passion is. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
what I want to do. That's what makes me happy, and to bring happiness to other people through food.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Well, I know food makes me happy.
Yeah.
And my mom's love language is like cooking.
Cooking,
So
yeah.
she makes me when I go over, she's always making me food. So.
And it's nice to get something because it's nice to give and to receive.
Yeah.
It works on both.
Yeah, definitely. Well, nobody wants my cooking, so.
That's right.
So tell me a little bit about your, like, what kind of flavors do you have? Where can people find your stuff at? You said markets. Are you still going back to the markets now?
Well, I haven't done any markets this year. My brother passed December of 2020. This past December. So after that, I stopped going to markets for a while, and
Yeah.
so I put a hold on markets. But during that hold, I was given the opportunity at Calle Once to do cupcakes there. So I will be back at markets. You will, probably more like in November, December, where temperature cools down. a bit
Yeah.
And, my frosting isn't gonna like melt everywhere.
Yeah.
So during the holiday months, I will be out at markets again. But currently, right now, I'm at Calle Once. So you guys need to stop by and check me out and get some, delicious cupcakes.
Yeah. And so what flavors do you have at Calle Once?
The flavors rotate. So
Okay.
I've had last week's flavors are different than this week's
Okay.
flavors. But the flavors that I have there are from the Mexican-inspired cupcake line.
So that
they
churro
have-
one that you
yeah,
showed
They have
us.
the churro ones, they've had the gansito ones, they've had both chocoplan ones. I'm sorry, the chocoplan and the orange blossom flan. They've had both of those. And so and my Mexican inspired cupcake line is actually expanding. So I'm working on really cool flavors right now.
Yeah.
So you guys keep posted. There will be some really, really cool flavors coming up within the next few months.
Nice.
So,
yeah. So when you first started your business, how did you get customers and, grow your customer base?
Okay, well, for me, it started through word of mouth. And so it was just, friend of a friend of a friend, that had tasted my cupcakes and somebody else had tasted them. And so it got word of mouth. But when I took that break and had to start back up from the beginning, it was actually the Houston markets that got me back out there. That's why I started getting out more and reaching more people and actually talking to like the communities, and so that's what helped me a lot, the different markets now, and my friends and family, and word of mouth. It's definitely, social media has definitely helped out a lot, to be on there, and to be active on there, but it's just a balance you have to find, a work-life balance. You have to have a supportive spouse, a supportive family, and just try to balance everything.
Yeah. All right. And then, so if people want to hire you to do like private things, is that service available?
It is definitely available. You can reach out to me. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I have a website, habibicakes.com. So, you can reach out to me, email me. There's a contact form there. You can reach out to me through the other social medias. And I don't do a lot of wedding cakes, but cupcakes, I'd love to do.
Yeah.
Any events, let me know.
Yeah, and cupcakes, I feel like you said, there's a niche for it, and it's all the rage right now, like cupcakes. So, and then you don't have to like share a cupcake either.
And that's the thing. That's why I think when I started making the chocoflan cupcake, okay, so I was selling the chocoflan cake, right? And I was selling it everywhere, and then random people were like, you should make this into a cupcake, and I was like, I really should. And when I made it into a cupcake, that's what I think helped me to semi explode on the market, on the Houston market scene, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it was there, and that's what I would say. Now you don't have to share your now you don't have to share your chocoflan cake because you have your own. And so that's pretty cool.
Exactly. And so let's talk about like joining forces with other businesses. So like Calle Once definitely is one of those. Like, how did you get your foot in the door, like to have your desserts there?
Well, what happened was I was actually there for dinner with some friends. It was right after, it was during this COVID time but when things started, the restrictions were getting less, I guess. And so I hadn't gone out at all, and we went out to have dinner with the friends that I hadn't seen in a year. And so we were just there having dinner, and I had taken a 4-box of cupcakes for them, because I had made them, come taste my cupcakes, they're so good.
Yeah.
And so I took them, and the chef passes by, and she's like, where'd you get those from? They're so cute. And so I was like, I made them, but I was kind of excited, but my friends, they were super excited.
Yeah.
They were like, oh my God, she made them. And I was just like, yeah, I made them. But so I got in contact with Sally, and I gave her my information, and then about a month or so passed, and now they're at Calle Once.
Oh wow! So it was just like almost like fate, because the chef walked by and saw. So that's so cool.
Yeah, she walked by and we gave her some, and she tried them, and she was like, I like what you're doing. This is really awesome. Keep it up. And I was like, well, that's nice to hear from a chef.
Oh yeah, for sure. What a compliment.
Really awesome to
hear,
so
yeah. So do you have any plans to like get into other restaurants or like?
It's something that I'm considering right now. It's something that obviously I want to get out there. Eventually I want to have my own storefront or a truck or something like that. But right now it's something that we're considering, that my husband and I are talking about.
Yeah. And how did you come up with the name Habibi Cakes?
Habibi Cakes because my husband is Moroccan, and so I'm Mexican American. And when we decided that I should have a cupcake or cake business, we were trying to find something that incorporated both of us. And Habibi is a word that they use all the time.
Yeah.
It's a term of endearment, which means like honey, baby, cutie,
Yeah.
sweetie, you know, my love.
Yeah.
You know? And so we decided, along with my sister also helped, that was a pretty cool name.
Yeah.
So it stuck, and that's what we like it, because it incorporates both our cultures.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but I get that question a lot.
Yeah.
I get that question a lot. Why Habibi cakes?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I like it because people are always like, "That's such a cool name."
It is.
And so
It's cute.
when my husband goes to markets with us, I was like, "This is," you know, I tell him, "This is Habibi." And they're like, "Oh, hey, Habibi." You know, so,
Yeah. And so like it's like baby cakes, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. How cute. And then they are like actual baby cakes. I
Yeah.
just like thought about
They're
that.
little cupcakes.
And then how about like your attitude? Like obviously, you know, having a small business and you know, just getting started can be an obstacle, or like, you know, making those sales.
Yeah.
How did you keep like a good attitude throughout, you know, the process of opening this business?
Right.
And then also, were there any obstacles that you faced where, you know, you had to overcome them?
Yeah. Okay, well, yes, we've definitely had obstacles. I told you that I started doing this a while back. We actually had a storefront like a few years ago, but it just wasn't the right time, and so we had to close that down. And throughout that time is when I decided to stop baking. But what helped me was just my support system.
Yeah.
My family just is the best support system I could
Yeah.
ever have. And so having them behind me and having them just motivating me and telling me, you know, you can do this, you know, you have a gift and you have a talent and you should, you know, get it. Oh my God, you should.
We can take a break if you want.
So just having my family there is really good.
Yeah, well, I can definitely tell that they're very important to you. And actually, I wanted to ask you too, like, you know, when I asked you to interview, you were like, you know, I don't have like a location, like a brick and mortar location. So you work from home, you bake from home,
Yes.
and you have a cottage license,
Yes.
right? So
Yes,
you're
I
a
do.
cottage licensed baker.
Right.
Can you tell our viewers like kind of what that is?
It's just a license that you have to get through the state of Texas and able to
In order to be
able to sell cupcakes legally from your home. So it's super simple to get. You just go online and look up the website to get it done, and you do it online, and you just, you know, it's a little test you do online, and then they give you the certificate and you print it out and you have it with you at markets or wherever it is you're gonna go, you know, to make sure you're legit.
Yeah. Cool. So, can you tell me a little bit about like how you got your marketing done? Like you have such a cute logo, and like you gave us some stickers,
Yeah.
and they're just so cute. So how did you get that done? Did you like have somebody that worked on that? I know you have a communications degree too,
Yes.
so
When how can I do this? Okay, so right now I am you asked me earlier what's one of the struggles that you have. So one of the struggles that I'm going to bring that back up.
Yeah.
One of the struggles is that there's a lot of things going on. Okay, so I bake from home. I have a work that I do, a job, I guess. Oh
Yeah.
my God, that was so wrong.
yeah, start over. Yeah.
Okay.
You're like, I have a work.
Yeah.
I have a work too.
Yeah, it gets tough. And
Yes.
so, earlier you asked me what are some of the struggles that may come or that I have, and so one of the things that is difficult is that I also, or can be a struggle, is that I have a full-time job in addition to this full-time job. You know, I'm a mom and I'm married, and you know, there's a lot of different hats on at the time. But because I have that job that I have, I work in an ad agency. And so because I'm at an ad agency, I know a lot of people that can do different things. And so one of my co-workers there actually helped me come up with this logo. And the stickers, I just did the stickers through Sticker Monkey. Okay, and so that's just, I uploaded the logo there, and then I got the stickers out. And so it's just, you know different people with different talents.
Right.
So my talent is that, and other people have stronger talents, and you just use, you find people who have those talents.
Yeah. And it sounds like you're really utilizing those people that are close to you too,
Yeah.
which I think is really great. And then, so obviously your family is very important,
Yes.
and that's something that we hear from a lot of the people that we interview is
Yeah.
like that support system, and it's very important to
Yeah.
have. And then what about like a secret? Like, what is the secret to making a really tasty cupcake? Like, especially for somebody that is not really the best at cooking, maybe like you're like, follow the recipe.
Follow the recipe.
Yeah.
Well-
Order from me.
Well, I know this girl who makes cupcakes. That's funny. Let's see. If you want to get into baking and you don't know how to scratch bake, you can always do, to get into it a little bit, you can do like a box cake mix and then add, you know, different things to it.
Like elevate it.
Yeah, elevate, like semi homemade. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
all my stuff is scratch baked. So like everything I make from scratch. Actually,
Yeah.
I didn't even mention to you the churros that I use. I don't make those churros. Those
Okay.
are from another vendor. His
Okay.
name is Planet Churro.
Okay.
Party.
Yeah, so you got connected with them too.
Yeah. So sorry, I went off.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
But I wanted to mention him because those are his churros.
Oh,
And
that's
so,
awesome.
Yeah. So to get into baking, you can do kind of semi-homemade baking and get a cake box mix and add some, you know, fruits, some nuts, little chocolate chips and things like that, and that'll open the door to maybe like for you to get into homemade baking a
Yeah.
little bit. So just a little step at a time, and something that's simple to make are cookies. Cookies are pretty simple, even a vanilla cookie or a vanilla cupcake. The more, I guess, the more simple flavors are the easier ones. So start
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
and then add your nuts, add your fruits, but fruits can be a little complicated. So add
Yeah,
your nuts.
yeah.
Add your nuts.
I'll just put
and
like
your
a fruit on
chocolate
top.
chip. Or yeah, fruit on top. Or like little sprinkles in the mix.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
add color. So
Yeah.
that'll get you in your foot in the door.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And so, speaking of like a delicious cupcake, your cupcakes are also, they're homemade, but they're also like what? I saw that you use like natural ingredients or
Yes.
like, can you tell me a little bit about that?
I don't use any preservatives in my cupcakes. Everything is freshly baked. I use pasteurized eggs. So I use really good high quality ingredients, really good chocolates, really good. You know, my cupcakes are a little bit pricier than your regular cupcakes, but that's because I use good ingredients.
Right.
I don't use, you know, your 99-cent eggs for my cup. There's nothing wrong with using those eggs, but I prefer to use the other eggs because, you know, the chickens have gotten sun and are
Yeah.
out there. The milk is organic milk. The flour is organic flour. You know, that's what I'm going for here. And so you can tell when you taste the cupcakes that they're a little bit better quality than other cupcakes.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like, you know, I've talked to people where they're like, I can taste the difference in
Yeah.
like an egg that's
You
organic
totally
and
can.
yeah,
You totally can.
yeah. So, and Jenny just put the cupcakes in front of us, and I don't know if that's my cue to like eat them, but
Just try one. I know.
I know I'm.
So just try whichever one.
Yeah, which one do you think I should try?
I would try this one
Okay.
because when you slice it, it looks super cool.
All right, I'm cutting it. You want to watch, Jenny?
She's like, I want a slice.
Thank you. Oh my God. Okay, so here you go, guys. This is it. It's pretty, but let me like cut a little piece that's smaller so I can eat it.
And so that one is the orange blossom asad cupcake.
Oh my God, that's so good.
And so it's really good.
Mm.
With pistachios, with a little drizzle of orange blossom topping on top.
Oh my God, it's really good.
Yeah.
It is really
What are
good.
you tasting? Really good. That's what describe it. I hate when people are
It's so good.
I hate when people
What does it taste like?
Yes, what does it taste like?
Okay.
I hate when they're sitting there like, y'all gotta try it.
Well, the thing that I really like about it, I'm not a sweets person, but that is not super sweet. Like it's very like rich. The flan is so good. Like it's,
Thank you.
yeah, I can't even describe it. Honestly, I don't know. Okay? I feel pressure. It is. It's a party because you know what? The two textures are really good too. So I like that a lot. And I didn't even get a pistachio. But yeah, oh my God, it's so good.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I'm definitely taking that home with me. So we're gonna go on to the next part of our interview.
Okay.
And basically what we do is you will choose
Okay.
3 questions from the hat and answer them. So go ahead and choose your first one.
Okay.
Yeah. You didn't know you were going to be tested today.
Do I read it? You read
Yeah,
it?
you read it.
It says, how many songs have been written about, oh my God, about Texas?
Jenny knows the answers. I always forget.
I can only think of like 2, but I know it has to be more than that. So,
Yeah, definitely.
100?
About 3,500.
30, oh my God, I was way
3,500.
off.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I was way off.
Yeah. I mean, we're so proud of ourselves, aren't we?
I
Like, how many songs have you heard about, like, Idaho or something?
need some Texas cupcakes.
Yes.
The Texas cupcake.
Yeah.
Well, I have a hummingbird. It's pretty southern. It's a
Oh,
southern
yeah.
cake. See, because in addition to my Moroccan inspired and my Mexican inspired, I do have like a, like a
Regional, like-
yeah. So I do red velvet, hummingbird,
Yeah.
banana, German chocolate. I do.
Yeah.
I also do all those flavors.
All right,
Okay,
so
I
you
got
picked the second one.
What soda was invented in Texas and what year? I do know this one. Dr. Pepper.
Do you know the year?
I do not. I don't, but I know it's Dr. Pepper.
You're right. Yes,
yeah, I knew that
definitely.
one. See, I know a little bit of Texas.
Yeah.
Texas stuff.
What's the year, Jenny?
1885.
1885. It's
Oh,
We
old.
actually got smart and wrote the answers down because we'd be like,
We never do. We'd have to, like, Google.
Can we just ask questions? We don't know the answer.
We're hoping you know.
I mean, we know the answer sounds right.
That's funny. Okay.
All right, and your last one.
Texas is home to nearly blank million women-owned businesses. Oh, this is cool. How many? I don't know. 35 million. I don't know.
Actually, it's one, so you would think it'd be more.
Yeah, 1
Wow.
million.
Nearly
Yeah,
Well,
that's
my
not a
first
lot.
answer was 5, so
Yeah, I
that was
know.
close.
It's like, it feels like there should be that many, but it's not.
So thanks, Angelica, for being here. And then also, we're going to make sure that we drop your information so that people can find you on your social media and go to your website and order some amazing cupcakes.
Yes, please
So-
check me out, follow me, and thank you
Yeah.
so much. Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Thanks. Bye. What's up, Tejas? It's National Rose Month, so I'm here to talk to B from Flora Cocina. Sorry, y'all. I need my coffee. I'm not done with it yet. But thanks for talking to us. So I wanted to see like what kind of rose items that you have.
So the first one I have is a cocktail kit. This is rose and hibiscus. So it's got all the citruses from key lime up to grapefruit. Gives it a really nice citrusy flavor. There's hibiscus blooms and rose buds with some of the lemony herbs like lemon verbena, lemon geranium, which just really fills out the flavors nicely. The cocktail kits are complete kits. So they've got the simple syrup feature, the bitters, and then all the layered botanicals. So literally the only thing you have to do is fill the jar with the spirit of your choice.
Yeah.
That can be, with this kit in particular, it can be anything from tequila to like a sparkling, clean flavored white wine. You give the alcohol a chance to extract the flavors from the aromatics, and then your cocktails are ready to strain over ice.
So how long do you typically have to keep it in there to get like that full flavor?
It's really personal preference. With something like this, the alcohol extracts flavors from the fruits very quickly and from the flowers. The wine we generally leave overnight in the refrigerator. It keeps the brightness of the flavors, but it is shelf stable. So you can leave if you did it with tequila, for example, this makes an amazing margarita or paloma, and you can leave it in there. The balance changes as the different flavors become more prominent. So if it reaches a balance you like, you can strain it, or you can just leave it and explore.
And then you were showing me a tea earlier. Could you show it to me again and tell me a little bit about that?
So this is a black tea, so it is caffeinated. It's cardamom and rosebud. So this just makes a deliciously deep, rounded, flavored tea, which we also do with a warm plant milk to make it a sort of a, what do they call that? I can't even remember. I guess it's like a latte, but not coffee based, it's tea based.
Yeah.
And then I have also single ingredient rosebuds, which can be used in baking. You can crunch up the rose petals with a sugar or a salt to go on cookies or onto a cheese, yogurt, any kind of soup to garnish. You can make rims for the cocktails with a nice salt or sugar for margaritas. And you can also infuse it, make simple syrups or vinegars, rose petal vinegar.
Yeah, I had like a pastry the other day and it was covered in rose petals. Oh my gosh, it was delicious. Yes. So do you grow your own flowers?
I do, flowers and herbs. So all the flowers that we have here are all picked this morning from the garden.
Oh, wow. I love it. Well, thank you so much for talking to us. And for sure, we're going to have to get some of your stuff. I want to try that. Definitely. Yes. So sign me up for that. But thank you again. You too. Bye.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Till next time, that's all, y'all.